Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael, and today we're going to get back into Season 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen, the culling game, called Fever, Episode 5. Um, Last episode, incredible episode. Probably, probably amongst like my top 3 episodes throughout this entire show. I thought it was phenomenal in terms of animation. I did think some of the music choices were unique, but I think I grew to like them after watching other reactors and other stuff about that episode. Non spoilers, of course. But I thought it was very well done. I thought that they did a great job. I thought the hype was well worth it, and I thought it was an amazing 28-minute episode. Um, to correct myself, I do believe now, after watching other reactions and better understanding what happened, Maki has a heavenly restriction, heavenly pact, however that phrasing is once again. Um, but in the eyes of Jujutsu, her and Mai are the same person. So she did not have the pact fully a part of her in the way that it should have been until Mai died. Therefore, her dying and creating that sword that she had, which was a replica of the same sword, I do believe, that Toji used in the hidden inventory arc, um, is what that ultimately used the rest of her life force up. As she said in that beach moment, where it's like, me creating this, I'm definitely gonna die because of my injuries. Um, Her dying fulfilled what was needed for Maki to have her heavenly restriction be fully in effect. Therefore, she then became another version of Toji, an extremely strong human being. um, and it was really cool that that was reflected throughout a bunch of other Zenin people. Uh, I thought the way that she walked all over everybody was cool. The Now You fight at the end was really cool. It was um, it was nice to see Maki's mom be the one to deliver the killing blow on Naoya, which also means she did not kill her mom. He hurt her, I do believe, but I don't think that she killed her. Obviously, because she went over to Naoya. But my point is that she did not. She made sure everybody else was dead, but she did not make sure her mom was dead. So I do believe that that was kind of like a confirmation that she was trying to do the right thing by stopping her from going down into the vault before discovering Mai and everything and her dad and whatnot. So I do believe that her mom was trying to do some good. I don't believe her mom was inherently a bad person. I do believe that the her being a female in the Zenin clan, you know, we saw the Zenin clan. I don't think that she was the way she was because she wanted to be. I think she had to do what she did to survive. And I think that she got her final laugh being the one to essentially kill the final person of the Zenin clan that isn't Maki or Megumi. So, yeah. That aside, I'm excited to jump in to see where we continue on, because we have that story is done with now, because I do believe that Maki's whole adventure to the Zenin was 5 chapters. They wanted to adapt it into the one episode. Um, so the other places people went were um why am I blanking right now? Why am I blanking right now? Itadori went to find Akari. Um, and I do believe Megumi is going with him, if I remember. Uh, and Yuta is going to a colony like in the northern part of Japan, and I do believe that's about it. Well, there's an angel. There's a sorcerer named Angel that nullifies curse technique. So they're trying to seek her out as she is the next weapon that would be needed, um, that exists still. That's not the weapon Toji used or the whip that Miguel used. So there's that, and there's just still so many sorcerers and stuff that I imagine we're gonna meet, and there's still so many characters that are unaccounted for since the events of season two that I need something on. So I don't think I have anything else to cover. The episode three, the Culling Games rules was very straightforward. I thought it was needed. Episode four was hype and an incredible start to the season. Pretty. I mean, I know episode one and episode two were a movie that was released in the theater. That was an incredible start, but you get what I mean. I would hope. Anyway, I want to jump in. So without any further ado, let's go.
人工的な樹害は他の双術より自立して行動することが可能だ。だが動力である磁力は術師から与えられたものを消費する。あれの磁力はあれのもので自己補完もできている。
Principal's power is quite crazy. I'm glad that we're touching on him though, because I needed to know what he was up to. I know that I believe he was sentenced to death.
貴様がもしあれを意図的に作ったのであれば、容易に軍隊を所持できるわけ
Oh,
だが
well, they've assigned him to be a problem, so without Gojo, nobody's able to step up.
長い出張だ。
He's lying to them.
この
Oh,
森は天元様が守ってくれている。お前の母さんもまた会いに来てくれる。
your mother.
俺がいなくても
Who's the
大
mom?
丈夫。
Interesting. Man, he said goodbye.
正道がいないと寂しいぜ。
Oh, that's so sad, man.
いつまでも死人にこだわってちゃ未来を生きていけませんちゅう話ですよね。でも
I remember this. I remember this person and not knowing what was up.
正道、あの人僕のお母さんじゃない？
よくわかったな。
That's the mom? Okay, I'm very curious.
天才だろ。
Is he imbuing the souls of things into people and not... Wait, I mean, interesting. Okay, because that definitely is reflecting a kid. Her kid. She was in a wheelchair. She got out of the wheelchair because it reminded her of her kid. That is insane.
完全自立型の樹害の存在は公にできない。
He's got more than just Panda.
すまん。何謝ってんですか。ありがとうございます。
The autonomous ones definitely have something about them, and I'm curious. I was wondering why the guitar riff. Okay, it's the other principal. Oh. I mean, he obviously lost because he got captured and put in a cell. Oh, man.
学長殿。
He broke his... He broke his guitar.
肉体の情報から魂の情報を複製するんです。その情報を樹害の核に入力する。
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
ダメなんです。相性のいい3つの魂を宿した核を1つの樹害に。
Yeah, we learned that there's 3 with Panda.
常に観測させるんですよ。そうすることで初めて魂が安定して自我が芽生える。
Interesting. So
そう過ぎたあたりで重力の自己補完を始めます。
interesting.
今さら話した。なぜもっと早く。なぜ生き延びなんだ。
Good question. Is this after the cell, or is this how he wound up in the cell? I can't tell yet.
私からあなたへの呪いです。まさみち。
He better not be dead. I'm gonna be so pissed.
なぜ戦わん。わしが憎くないのか。パンダはそんなもんにとらわれん。あんた正道と仲悪くなかったもんな。俺にとっちゃあんたは落ちてるナイフみたいなもんさ。
That's fair. He's just a cog in the machine now that
これだけは
Gojo's gone.
パンダだって泣くんだ
Well, this has to be after the cell then, because he's definitely dead. God damn it, dude. What a transition to the opening. I'm so like, I can't even be hyped about the OP. That's very, very neat information though. That the three souls thing is intentional. So that they gain sentience.
でもあの乙骨先輩が自分より強いって言ってるんだ
You just saying that this person is stronger than him is kind of crazy.
金がいるここでやってる掛け試合に出場させてくれ
Damn.
クラブについて口
Okay, so he made the Fight Club. I got it.
そっかいきなり会わせてくれって言ったら警戒されるかはいはかりって名前も知ってちゃダメか確証はないです黙ってよっといいんですか
He's starting to understand how to be undercover.
潜入がバレた時点で信用をなくしはかりさんと接触する機会もなくなるじゃその時はもう力ずくだなそれは本当の最終手段だ
That's not really a way to get, yeah. I was about to say that force is not a way to get somebody on your side.
脚本はもちろんボスが書く
Script.
うまくアピールできたら声がかかるかもな
See.
要は派手に暴れりゃいいわけだ話が簡単になってきた
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could. And there's a lot of spectators here.
戦相手だ
What are the odds that somebody recognizes?
初めて見た時はぶったまげたよまさに客寄せってわけだ
It's Panda? Is Panda gonna out Itadori though? Why is Panda there? After the president, not president, after the principal died. Dangerous fireball kid. Okay, it seems that Panda's not going to out him right now? Or accidentally blow the cover? Because obviously Hikari would know who Panda is.
運ってのはよ試されてなんぼだろう
Luck.
初めから勝ちが見えてる賭けはつまらん野良術師でパンダに勝てる骨太なんてそういねえか
Interesting that he got Panda in here.
そうでもないみたい
Oh, okay, let's flash over. I want to see this. Oh!
パンダ先輩ははかり先輩に会えた
Oh, they're gonna talk while fighting. Okay, not a real fight. Got it.
あとはもう一人の3年の術式が問題でな
I imagine he's talking about the girl.
高先生ってことは隠してるんだろ
I'm glad Panda caught on.
よしよしあとはわかるな
Okay, okay. The best bout. They must have had some very boring fights. Okay, 2 weeks, that makes sense. That man, whoop. Okay. I like that they're incentive, like, nice. They're telling us it's just taps. He's literally kick his ass. He's a Dory. Show Panda who's boss. Tap. Okay. Panda's got to be a stuntman after this. We found his new calling. That man faked it until he made it. Let's go. Yes, PCA. What is that? No, I think his acting's great. Oh. Megumi was in the shadow.
近づけないドアに近づいても距離が縮まらないんだよ感覚としては悟の術式と近い気がする多分キララの術式なのか
Interesting. Urara.
もう一人の3年って男でしたよね男だよ
What is her technique if that's crazy?
なんか嬉しそうっすね
まあね金ちゃんが久しぶりに熱くなってるからね
Heated up.
私はね
Find it interesting what her technique is that he was able to make it in.
騙す側は金持ちを装って金持ちのなり方を売り金を手に入れる
The animation on this is crazy.
普通に考えればわ
It's so
なぜかそれは全て熱のせいさ。
熱？
passion.
騙す側も
Okay.
騙される側も持っている。ここで人生変えてやろう。
I'm still more intrigued about the girl, to be honest. Her technique seems interesting. It's definitely a rotoscope.
できるだけ穏やかに暮らしたい人もいるんじゃ。
そんなやつ知らないね。俺は熱を愛している。
Passion seems to be a lot
ギャン
for
ブル
this
は
man.
人生だ。そ
And
して
gambling.
愛とは支配だ。
And love is control. Interesting. Fair enough.
優秀な駒がいる。イタドリ、
I'm surprised.
俺の熱に浮かされてみな。
Does he not know about Itadori's situation? I'd imagine not.
相談が。
Taking a sweet time trying to answer this phone.
イタドリ、何か飲むか。
Oh,
ああ、じゃ
I
あ
don't think he wants to answer the phone.
以外で。
なんだ、弱いのか。
強い弱い以前に未成年。
気にするタイプには見えねえな。知ってるか、五条悟も稽古なんだ。
へえ、五条って誰？っていうかもって、俺は別に。
You're saying he's pretending not to know Gojo. For the fact that Megumi said he can't even lie. Or it's not even a thought. He just lied quite easily.
知らない術師がいるか。なんで知らないふりした。
That's also true. Why would he lie right now? That's true. He lied about something that was not worth lying about.
高専の回しもんか。
Oh, uh-oh. Oh? Oh!
キララからのテルバンでの着信はな、異常事態の合図なんだよ。
I see. Okay. That makes sense. What was that?
待ってるからな。
What was it? It looked like doors were spawning out of... Okay, cool. I guess I'll go fuck myself. No, that's a little bullshit. That was starting to get interesting. Okay. All right. Well, this episode started off very insightful, actually. I'm glad that the principal was able to explain like the methodology behind creating an autonomous cursed puppet, a sentient cursed puppet. And it's very interesting, and the fact that he has multiple, also interesting. I'm guessing that one cursed puppet that showed signs of that woman's son's soul being in it. I'm curious, like, because there's three. I imagine there's one that kind of takes the personality, because even when Panda went to be a gorilla in season 1, he was still himself, but he inhabited the soul of his sibling. We still don't know what the third one is. That one is still up in the air, but it takes 3 souls being put into a puppet, observing each other for 3 months for one to be born, as long as all the conditions are met correctly. I find very interesting. I also just think it's really cool that he's got multiple. I'm curious if they're going to come into play at any point. Maybe some are as strong as Panda. I imagine not, because otherwise they'd probably be in Jujutsu High just like Panda. But then again, he probably would have still kept him hidden, because I think Panda's existence was already enough to create this much outlash against him. The moment that Gojo got locked up, they were like, well, you need to tell us how you did this, because like we don't know how you did it, and if you can do this, you're a problem. Like, I think that he would be able to be classified as like a special grade if he used his powers in the way that, in that way. He might not have like maybe the cursed energy, but his technique, I think, puts him on par of being an absolute monster. Because like, I do think though at a point that these all view him as like a I don't know if a father figure is the correct term. He does refer to them as his children, it seems like, and uh, I'm unsure if like they innately view him as a father once they're born after the 3 month observation period between the different souls information uh, observing each other. But it's very interesting. Uh, I also am very curious, like the way that the storytelling at the beginning was happening, that him in the cell definitely seemed like after what happened on the road. But I'm I don't know. It feels like him on the road and Panda showing up happened after because it showed the principal in the cell, the one guy freeing Panda from the room, the principal leaving and fighting against the one guy and the principal with his guitar. His guitar's broken. I'm curious if he used it as a physical weapon or it was broken in the fight by the principal because that's kind of like a cursed tool. That's how he funnels his cursed energy. It's an amp. He's the amp. So I'm curious if destroying that took that away from him. Although he still lost. I think the most interesting thing to me is that actually no, it's not that interesting because it was a 2-on-1. I do think that does that adds up. But it's interesting that he revealed it on his death because it does seem like he died there. Panda's reaction definitely seems like that was a death, which is very upsetting because we literally just got him back. Although the end of season 2 did say he was sentenced to, I think, execution because he was being framed as an accomplice to the whole Shibuya incident, which is, corruption. Anyway, I do find it interesting though that the Fight Club exists. It sounds like it's taken inspiration from the Fight Club movie. I haven't seen the Fight Club movie, but I know enough that one like rule number one of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. I know that much. I know that meme, per se, but very interesting nonetheless. And I want to know more about Kirura's curse technique because just based off of the description alone, it sounds very intriguing and very useful in a utility sense of things. Because like, could that not also be used? Like, could that not be used in a similar sense to protect Tengen? Like, could she not go to Tengen and essentially like prevent people from entering that area? And then if they even make it past her, I think they would be definitely a problem. But if they make it past that precaution, then they would deal with Choso and um, the special grade girl whose name I'm forgetting off the top of my head. I can't wait to see her fight, by the way. I imagine that's going to be an insanely cool thing because she's special grade, therefore she is strong. um, and I really liked that end scene where they were conversating in the room. It just felt like an actual conversation was happening, like the arm swaying, the sitting back, the adjusting, the conversation. And of course, the one lie Itadori decides to tell is the most unbelievable lie ever. And it's, you're somebody who is a sorcerer and you don't know Gojo? That's kind of crazy. There's not a single sorcerer who doesn't know who Gojo is. Like, he's number one. He's number one. And that blew his cover. Although I'm very curious what happened that led her to make the phone call, because that was the red alarm for him, was the phone call. And I imagine it probably has something to do with Panda and Megumi's plan with the guards. But I'm curious what those door things that were like closing, or were they cards? Because he's talking about gambling. Were they like, was he manifesting like door-sized cards? Just very interesting. I mean, I imagine that we're going to jump into a fight of some kind. I don't know if it's going to be too crazy intense, but I definitely think a fight's going to break out between them for a moment, and I'm upset that I have to wait until next week to find that, or not find that, see that rather, find it in the manga if I wanted. But yeah, either way, great episode. I still like I'm Jujutsu Kaisen is great. That's all I gotta say. I can't wait till next episode. Yeah, I don't got much else to add. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep rambling. I just can't wait. So until next time, y'all have a good one. Peace.